All that you'll need is a loop band. If you have one like this, you can use something like this. I personally am using a light band. Some of what we're doing is a little tough on my knee, so I can't take a lot of resistance. It's pretty much all leg work with the band though. So you can probably get away with a medium or a heavy. You can have a light handy in case you feel like you need it. We're going to warm up a little bit with the loop, and we'll go through this sequence twice. I'll use a timer to keep me honest on the time, and it'll be fun. All right, let's start with just a little warm up. So just hold your band up over your head and then just pull down kind of behind your head. Just get the arms. We are going to be doing some plank. So we'll kind of warm up the shoulders a little bit. A couple more. All right, stop on that and do arms up, arms down, and then just a forward bend, and then back up. Arms down, and then just a forward bend, and then back up. Arms down, and then just a forward bend, and then back up. Arms down, and then just a forward bend, and then back up. Arms down, and then just a forward bend, and then back up. Just a couple of up. Pull out on the band just a little bit to kind of bring some tension into the arms. And then exhale, release. One more as you come up, stretch the loop. Exhale, release. All right, drop your loop for just a moment. We're going to do some little bit of wrist warm up. All right, so interlace your fingers like you're saying your nighttime prayers. And then you're just going to make a figure eight. So like with your middle knuckles there, you're going to draw a figure eight. So wrists are going through flexion and extension. Exaggerate it as much as you can to really feel that flexion and extension. All right, and then this is more for your brain than for your wrists. Make that figure eight in the opposite direction. Everybody's like, the brakes come on. Smoke starts coming out our ears. All right, and then stop there. Bring your elbows up. All right, so your palms are facing the floor, and they're going to continue to face the floor as you stretch your arms forward. So you're going to feel a stretch in that outer part of your wrist. So you're just back and forth. All right, but keep the palms facing the floor. Your hands are going to kind of go like this. All right, but just keep the palms facing the floor so you feel that stretch on that outer wrist a little bit. All right, and then we'll focus on extension. So the next time you're forward, take your palms forward, and then inhale, take the arms up. Press those heels of the hands up. Try to pull your fingers down towards your head. So you're getting extension in the wrists. All right, and then come down, do that opposite interlace of the fingers. All right, and then up. So don't press up at your fingers. Actually try to pull those finger knuckles down and press up through the heels of your hands. All right, and then arms down. Let's just kind of twist side to side, let the wrists flop around and relax. All right. Big deep breath in and out. All right, so we're going to take our loopity loop. And it's gonna go over the feet. And then I'm gonna suggest for this first one that you be in a full arm plank, because we're gonna go from a plank to a tabletop. All right, so I'm gonna use my little bars here since I can't do weight in extension yet. You're gonna take this loop around your feet. All right, and then stepping back into a plank. All right, what you're gonna do is you're gonna bring one foot forward, bent knee, and then the other foot forward. Right, so you're in kind of a tabletop here, but your knees are up. You can have the knees as close to the ground as you'd like. Then you're gonna step one foot back, other foot back. And then forward, forward, back, back. And I kind of just tap that second foot so it comes forward. All right, that's the move. I'm gonna set a timer. We're gonna go for 45 seconds on each exercise. And for right now, the rest time will be to learn the next exercise. All right, here we go. Up into plank. All right, I'll call out right and left. Step right, left, left, right. Then left, right, right, left. I'm already messing up, so you just go. Just forward and back. Try to alternate when you think about it. And more seconds. All right, and then rest. For the next, we're going to stand up. The strap's going to be around your feet. This is a two-sided variation. We're going to work the obliques, but we're going to do one side, rest, other side, rest. All right? So take the strap again around your feet. Now, one trick, all right? Lots of times when you see resistance band work, they have their shoes on. All right, and the band will stay on a little bit better. If you find that the band is wanting to come off your feet, you can twist it a couple of times, and then you have little loops for your feet. All right, when we, one of the exercises that we're doing here in a bit, the feet, it just really gets away from you because the feet are going to be up in the air. All right, so what we're doing with this one is, this is kind of that one-sided balance work that we do a lot of. So as you shift the weight into the standing leg, you really want to think the four corners of the feet, right? Big toe knuckle, pinky knuckle, and then inner heel, outer heel. All right, I keep the standing leg hand on my hip, the other hand goes behind the back, and then you're just going to step up and crunch down. You don't necessarily have to touch the knee to the elbow. That may make you fall over, but you want to feel as if you're doing a crunch. And we're going to stay with the same side, rest, and we'll do the other side. All right, how about that one? Here we go. 3, 2, 1. So this is hip flexor work and oblique work. What you want to watch is that you don't slam the foot back down, all right? You want to work against that resistance, trying to set that foot down with a little ease. The knee doesn't have to go out to the side, but it can, all right? 10 more seconds on this side and we'll rest. All right, take a rest. You can step your feet in together to take the resistance off the band. That'll let your legs relax a little bit more. All right, here we go. Step wide, Right, opposite side. So lifting and crunching. Trying to resist dropping that foot. This is working the hip flexors, it's working those gluteus medius on that standing side. There's a lot going on in here. 10 more seconds. Press. Move that strap. All right, so now we're gonna go to, I think we've done this one before in dog pose. We're gonna do it in a plank. And you have the option of doing the full arm plank if you want, or a forearm plank. I'm gonna do a forearm plank. They can't do the extension. I don't think that one is any better than the other. You go with what feels good for you. The strap goes around the ankles this time. Now you have two options here. All right, so when you're in your plank, all right, you can do out to the side and back, out to the side and back, or you can do step, step, in. So out, in. I'm just gonna do step and return because it's a little tough on my knee to have the legs wide and that pressure in my toes. You decide which one you want to do. Maybe you do one for a little bit and then you do the other one. All right, let's come down. You decide which plank you're going to do, either forearm or wrist. You can change that as we go. All right, try to keep the buttocks down, and then you're going to step to the edge of the mat and back, out and in, or out, in. All right, keep the abdomen tight, keep the buttocks tight. Press into those hands or forearms. And feel the spread of the shoulders. 10 more seconds. And come down and rest. And be on your belly. Just rest. All right. Next one, we're going to be on our back for the next two. Yay. So roll over onto your back. This is where that twist in the strap kind of helps so it doesn't get away from you. You're going to take the band on your feet, a couple of twists. You can do a third one if you need to. All right, and the legs. It's over your feet, not over your ankles for this one. Two options for this one. All right, you can have your hands by your sides or tuck them up under your buttocks to help with that posterior tilt. And then you can just do the bicycle with the legs. The lower your leg is, the more it's going to work the abs. All right, so you can be anywhere in there. And then the other option is to bring the hands behind the head and do that opposite knee and elbow. Right? So you can decide. You can also switch as we go if you want to start with the elbows. And after about, 15, 20 seconds of that, you get tired, you can switch to the no elbows. All right, here we go. So push one foot away as you pull the other towards you, and then reverse. the abdomen in, lower back as flat on the floor as you can. 3 seconds. Rest. Pull. That's good rest. Couple of belly breaths to just release the abdomen. All right, and then this last one, the band is going to go over the ankles this time. All right, so you can just slide it up if you still have it around your feet, or you can take it around your ankles. All right, and what we're doing is like we do in yoga when we do the Urdhva Prasarita Padasana, the legs up and down, but we're going to stagger them. All right, so when you're staggered, we're going to alternate. They're going to swish side to side. All right, but the leg that's on the bottom is going to be pulling, while the leg that's on the top is going to be resisting. All right, so it's going to look like this. You can put the hands under the buttocks to kind of create some of that posterior tilt, but it's just looking like this. All right, and then you'll switch. All right, and you can bring that lower leg as close to the floor as you'd like. All right, the timer going. Get yourself set. It's just a little bit more challenging to have your hands on the floor. All right, here we go. Keep that navel drawing in. Imagine there's a little screw in that belly button, and it's been tightened down towards the floor. You will feel the lower you take your legs, you will feel the natural curvature of your back, but you still want the abdominal muscles moving in. 10 more seconds. And rest. Woo, set the feet down, your abs will thank you. All right, so that's it. That's the sequence. We're going to go through it one more time. It's basically 45 seconds of work, 15 seconds of rest and transition time. Okay, let's take your feet wide as the mat, knees bent, and then just dip the knees over to the right. Dip the knees over to the left. Do that a couple of times. Windshield wipers. All right. Are we ready? No. All right, let's give it a go. We're starting in that plank to tabletop. Now, the challenge really is how close the knees end up to the floor. Mine are quite high. You can try keeping them a lot closer, like try to get your shins parallel to the floor. We're around the feet for this one. All right, here we go. So your feet on your wrists, on your palms. Step back into your plank. Try not to lift your buttocks as you bring one foot forward and then the other foot forward. And then step back. And try to alternate which foot steps forward. Ten seconds. All right, rest. Okay, standing up. Strap is around the feet. We're doing the obliques. You can work either side first. Step the feet apart so you feel that resistance. And then you're lifting the knee toward the elbow. They don't necessarily have to touch. Try not to let that leg slam back down. Resist the glute just contracting on you. 10 seconds. And rest. Step your feet together so you take the resistance off. Couple of deep breaths. All right, step your feet wide, second side. All right, so it always takes a little bit to kind of adjust to that second side. Think about it's just a one leg balance pose. No, it's not. 10 seconds. And rest. Take your feet out of the band. All right, plank, either forearms or up on your palms, it's up to you. The loops around your ankles. Get your plank set up. All right, and then you're stepping wide and back or wide, in, out, in, or out, in, out, in. You can take the feet as wide as is comfortable. Try to keep the buttocks low. 10 seconds. Rest. Now it's just all on the back. Easy peasy, lay on your back. Let's roll over. We're doing the bicycle where the strap is around the feet. So good idea to give it 2 or 3 twists. So it'll hold your feet a little bit better. All right, take a couple of breaths. If you want to do hands under the buttocks, you may. Elbows to knees. All right, here we go. The lower the legs, the more the abdominal muscles are going to have to work. Don't have to go fast. If you need to switch to hands down and just do the legs, that's fine. 10 seconds. And rest. Okay, now we're going to pull that band up over the ankles. Legs start up in the air. Hands can be on the mat, under your hips. You can even grab the side of the mat and push. Oops. All right, and then you start to lower one leg and you really resist. Back up and you just switch it. You'll find a rhythm. Keep that navel in. Almost done. 10 seconds. Here we go. Rest. Yay! Ab work complete. Okay, take that loop off of your feet. Now we're gonna stay with the hips in the center. Right? So again, when the hips stay in the center and we dip off to the side, it kind of shifts the tailbone over and there's a little bit of a back bend. Right? When we shift the hips over before we twist, we keep the tailbone in line with the spine. Right, so if this version doesn't feel good to you, then turn back over and take the hip to the right. Right, but right now, let's take the legs over to the left. The reason for doing it this way today is that we've been stretching that lower back and compressing the abdomen. So having that little bit of back bend in there gives a little more stretch to the abdomen, and now it allows the lower back to contract a little bit. It's method to the madness. I don't just make it up. Sometimes I do. I admit, sometimes I do make it up. All right, come back to the center, dip those legs off to the right as you're turning everything else to the left. Let that abdomen soften. Not doing this for abdominal work, just the twisty work. Back to center. Place your feet on the floor, line up the hips and the shoulders. Right, and then let's just draw the knees in towards the chest. And just let that sacrum be heavy, lengthen that lower back. Knees can be a little bit apart, they don't have to be together. Puts a little bit of pressure on the diaphragm and makes it hard to breathe. All right, and then set the feet down. Take the feet straight, go wide as the mat. And then take your arms up so they're going more to the side than over your head. So they're above your shoulder. You're like a big X marks the spot. Take your right leg, hook it over the left, and then take your right arm over to the left. You can grab that right elbow with the left hand. Right, and then intentionally stretch your arms away from your legs and your legs away from your arms. You'll feel a stretch in the right side of the body. There's going to be a contraction on the left side, so there might be a little cramp that comes. Right. Take the right limbs back. Take the left leg over the right. Reach that left arm over. You might have to move your head out of the way. And then stretch. Arms away from the legs, legs away from the arms. Big stretch on that left side. Big deep breaths. All right, and then return to center. Bend your knees. Make sure that the hips and the shoulders are aligned. And just relax your arms on the floor. You can straighten your legs if you want, or you can take the feet wide and let the knees kind of dip in towards each other. Take a couple of nice deep breaths here. And then bend your elbows, let your palms rest on your torso. If your legs are straight, bend your knees. Let the soles of your feet connect with the ground. And then roll to your side. Press with your arms to sit up. Thank yourself. Come to class, practice. And then slowly raise your head. Slowly open your eyes.